everybody, this is Sherry, and I just wanted to show you a couple cards that I made. I decided to do at least 2 Christmas cards a week, and hopefully that would help when Christmas time came. I wouldn't feel the crunch to try to get my cards ready, my cookies baked, my presents wrapped and everything, and it would make things a little easier. Plus, I absolutely love Christmas and could do Christmas all year long and would be a happy camper. So this is one of the first ones I made, and this is with Fancy Marcy, and I just colored her up with the lighter of the reds and the Spectrum Noir markers, and I used a gold to trim her with, and I put some stickles on her, which were Stardust stickles. I glossy accented her shoes to try to make them look a little bit like patent leather. I used the EK Success medallion chain punch right here. This red and the green are from Staples. Now last year I did, and I plan to do again, small gifts for our firefighters and our local police department, and so I needed a lot of red and green, so it was just more cost efficient to buy a ream from Staples. So that's where I got both of these papers, and I just punched this out, and it was my daughter's idea to put the red border behind it to kind of bring it out and make it pop. Then up here, this is a joy. It says Joy at Christmas, and it's actually, the sentiment came from a Stampin' Up set, but it was too small for the area, so I did my own version on the computer. And my friend, one of my dearest friends, her name is Joy, so this is going to be her card, Joy at Christmas. Haha. She won't think it's near as funny as I do, but this is what I made for her. And I just used my Spellbinders Fleur-de-Lis square die to cut it out, and I measured the farthest point, which was actually this little part here instead of the corners. This little piece here went out further, and I measured that in a square and then cut it out so it would line up and kind of mimic the design down here. And the background paper for her is Kaiser Craft. It's a December 25th paper pad, and it's one I got last year. So that's the first card. Now I left this is a 6x6 card, and the paper is a Wausau paper pad that I got at, I believe it was Michael's. And this one is just got speckles on the inside. Now I have not put my Merry Christmas on yet, because I have a couple Christmas stamps, but I'm not sure that I'm going to use that one, that exact sentiment. I know I'm going to say Merry Christmas, but I don't know that I like the design that I have. So I haven't stamped the insides of any of them with Merry Christmas yet, because I'm thinking I may buy another Merry Christmas that's a larger stamp, more substantial, to cover area on the inside of my cards. So none of them say Merry Christmas yet, but they will. So that's the first one. The next one I'm going to show you is another 6x6, and again it's the Wausau paper in the back, and then because it's such a dark red, I put a 5 3/4 inch square mat on the inside. And I just love this paper because the paper did the majority of the work for me. And I'm going to zoom you in here just a little tighter first. Wrong way. I always do that. If you look here, it's got the red background. And then I did an 1/8 inch border, which I used the Paper Tray ink Pine Feathers cardstock for the green. The red, the dark red in the background, is the Wausau paper, and I cut that into a 12x6 and scored it in half. And then the background here, this designer paper, is Bo Bunny Father Christmas Collection. And then again, the stamp on that one is Fancy Marcy, and I colored her in the darker reds from the Spectrum Noir markers, along with the darker, deeper greens. Now for her, I used Copics for her hair and her skin, right there. And then the outfits were done in the Spectrum Noir. And then this is the Spellbinders poinsettia dies. And again, I just used the same red that I used for the background, and I used the two smallest of the flower dies, the poinsettia flowers, for my image, because I didn't want the bigger ones so they'd be so overwhelming. And I'm actually hoping to find some felt. I love cutting these flowers out with felt, and I think these ones would look just as good. And then I used just a scrap of my yellow, and I put Stardust Stickles on the yellow for the little center points, little pointy things in the middle of the poinsettias. I forget what they're called. It's not been a good morning for me here. And this again is Labels 18 with the pine feathers from Paper Tray Ink for the background that she's standing on. And so that was my second card. And I actually even made a third. I was having so much fun. I love Christmas. Now this is not your typical Christmas card. As you can see, the colors are lime, pink, turquoise, and it was just, I loved it. It was fun to make. And this is the Miley May Sherry Baldy My Bestie image. And the paper here is Recollections Winter Whimsy. And I got it last year on clearance after Christmas from Michaels. So I don't know that you can still get it. And I'm going to zoom you in here a little so you can see the... Isn't that cute? Look at the little Christmas lights, and they're all pinks and blues and lime greens. There's reds too, but I wanted to do it with, you know, the different colors. And I did her hair and her skin again with Copic markers, and then I used my Spectrum Noir markers for the rest of her outfit. And anywhere on the paper here, the green has glitter on it. So anywhere she's got the lime green right there, and on her pants, I put the Stardust Stickles so that it would kind of match. And then again, I use the, I'll zoom you back out here. I did, I glossy accented her eyes. So I did that on her. Stickled her lime green. I used it's an Offray Sheer Petite Dot Fuchsia ribbon for here at the bottom. And I think that's really all that I did on her. The papers, the pink and the mint green, were again papers I bought from Staples because I used the pink for Valentine's Day. And then when I ordered the green, it was supposed to be my kids' for their graduation, and I ordered the wrong green by mistake. So they allowed me to keep it, and then gave me the the correct green, which is a like a Christmas green, and they replaced it, even though it was my mistake, and I admitted it was my mistake. They that's their return policy, which I thought was amazing for Staples. And so they told me I could use it for my church or whatever, which most of my stuff goes to church, so they said I could just keep it, which I thought was wonderful. And so there is my third Christmas card. I have no idea who's going to get this extremely wild, funky, non-traditional Christmas card, but I thought it was adorable. And anytime I can use pink, I am a happy camper. And I've got most of my stuff in my craft room is pink and lime green, so I thought that was really cute. I liked it, and it was fun to do. And I love how her hat turned out. I sometimes have trouble blending the darker colors, but I love how her hat turned out. And so I was real happy with it. So these are 3 of my first Christmas cards for the holidays. So I encourage you to get started on yours so that you don't feel the crunch when Christmas comes. Thanks for visiting me today, guys, and happy crafting. Bye.